can teach you everything that I know about marketing. I can teach you everything that I know about e-commerce. I can tell you every single thing I know about selling products online, making reels, creating content, getting 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I can tell you all of that stuff, right? But if you are not confident and if you don't have the mindset to receive it, guess what? None of it matters. Hey, it's Troyia Monay, back to y'all with another video. Today's video, you guys, is super exciting. We on the couch with it today, and y'all know when I'm on the couch with it, it's gonna get real, raw, uncut. We definitely gonna take a deeper dive into business, definitely talk about entrepreneurship, and I'm gonna give you all of my jewels, all of my gems that are definitely gonna help you level up in business. But before we get started into all of that, let's go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsor. All right. Shout out to Pitney for sponsoring today's video, you guys. This is the PitneyShip Cube. Y'all have seen me rant and rave about this shipping label printer for weeks now because it's just that good. So right now I'm actually shipping out some PR packages and also some influencer packages for my new brand coming up. So I have a couple pieces of leftover inventory that I just want to send out just so that way I can see my audience's reaction, see some influencers' reaction and all the good things. And of course, I'm using my PitneyShip Cube in order to go ahead and send out these packages, honey. So let me get into some of the specs, y'all, of this shipping label printer and why I just love it so much. So as you guys can see at the top of it, that nice gray platform at the top, that is where you're able to scale and get the weight of your packages. So they do have an app, which is basically the PitneyShip app, and you're able to kind of go through there and insert the weight. You can get the dimensions of your box packages, all of the things. So as you guys can see right now, I'm inside of the app getting the weight. I'm going to insert it all the way into the PitneyShip software, and then I'll be able to print out my label for my audience, as you guys can see me doing right there. So literally #1 device when it comes to shipping out your labels. Now you can go ahead and put that right there on top of your package, honey, and celebrate, because guess what? We on our way to the post office and we making money, honey. Let's get into it. All right, you guys, so let's hop right on into the video and the topic at hand. 5 things that I would do if I were launching a business in the year 2023. And these, of course, are definitely 5 things that I wish I would have done when I first started my business back in 2020. So let's hop right on to it. So the first thing that I would definitely say when it comes to just launching a business in general is figuring out your mindset. I feel like mindset is so important, and it's one thing that's so forgotten about when it comes to starting a business. You have to pour into yourself just like you plan to pour into this business, just like you plan to pour into your products, just like you plan to pour into your clients or whatever type of business model that you have. And it all comes down to service, right? We're all providing a service, and it's taking so much energy out of us that we got to constantly be pouring back into ourselves. Like, a lot of the time, my friends and my family who are not in entrepreneurship, they're always like, Troyia, why do you take a vacation every month? Or why do you go to the spa? Or why do you feel like you gotta get out of the house to go do some work? Or like, why can't you just sit still? And the reason why is because I have to pour back into myself, because I'm constantly pouring out, right? Like me doing this YouTube video, setting up the lights, setting up the production, me doing my coaching calls with my clients, me posting on social media. I'm literally pouring so much back into my community. And granted, I understand and I know that my community is pouring back into me because I get rewarded for these things, which is awesome. But mentally, sometimes you get drained. Sometimes you get a little bit lonely. Sometimes you get a little bit depressed. So it's so important to make sure you pour back into yourself as you continue to pour back into your business. Another thing that I really want to talk about is confidence. You have to be confident. And I talked a little bit about this in my last video, but you really got to be delusional too. Delusional and confident. And I know it sounds a little crazy, but it is one of those things that's going to definitely take you to the top a lot faster is if you're confident. If you know me and if you've ever been coached by me, I always tell all of my clients this all the time. I literally feel like I sound like a broken record when I say it, but I can teach you everything that I know about marketing. I can teach you everything that I know about e-commerce. I can tell you every single thing I know about selling products online, making reels, creating content, getting 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I can tell you all of that stuff, right? But if you are not confident And if you don't have the mindset to receive it, guess what? None of it matters, and you're not going to do those things. I have had plenty of coaching clients in the past, y'all. Plenty of coaching clients in the past. I've given them every single thing that they needed to succeed, but guess what? They were standing in their own way, and that was blocking them from their success. So you have to really think about, how bad do I want it? How bad do I want to start this business? How bad do I want to launch this product? How bad do I want it? And go after it, go chase it, because nobody gonna give it to you. I can give you all the tools, but at the end of the day, I can't run the business for you, right? So you gotta really start thinking about that stuff too. Really figure out your millionaire mindset. Really go ahead and think about, you know, how bad do I want this thing? How bad do I want this business? And really work towards it, and understand that you might not get what you want, right? You might not get what you want in the first few months, and that's totally fine. Enjoy the process, right? So that is number one. Number two, you guys, I definitely got to talk about it, but you need community. You need community when you are starting a business, or it will all crumble. You need a group of people who get it. You need to be surrounded by people who are also business owners. You need to be also surrounded by people who are doing better than you as well. You need to be surrounded by people who may be doing a little bit better than you too, so that way you can really figure out how you don't want to end up being, right? So you need community, you guys. You need to get a business bestie, some type of mentor, some type of networking group. And I'm really excited about this year, because one thing that I've told myself, and you guys kind of probably noticed, I've been really contemplating about moving to Atlanta, just because I know that they have a really big entrepreneur-like community there. I know that there is a community here that exists in Tampa, but I know that I might not be as relatable to those group of people. But I can't stop my relatability, my fear of not being able to relate to these people, from my fear of not being in the room and not having network and not having community. So I took it upon myself, looked on my cell phone, looked on Instagram, and I ended up finding a community of Black women who are entrepreneurs, who are executives, who work in corporate as well. And I'm gonna actually be going to a networking event tonight with a group of people, and that's something that's really exciting for me, because I always go up to Atlanta whenever there's an event, or whenever I feel like I need to network or anything like that. Of course, I network a lot on social media, but you gotta get in the room. You gotta get next to people who are doing better than you, because it's gonna keep you inspired. And you just gotta be in proximity. Like, proximity is so important when it comes to starting a business, because you just got to be in that element. You got to be in that realm. Next thing that I really want to talk to you guys about, as number three, that I wish I would have done when I first started my business, and what I would tell you if you're starting a business this year, is you got to have an entire budget set aside for marketing, y'all. When I first started my business, it was right before the pandemic. Entrepreneurship wasn't as sexy as it is today. E-commerce wasn't as sexy as it is today. So I got away a lot without having a huge marketing budget. Whereas today, you got to put some money aside for marketing, right? I honestly feel like gone are the days where we can just go through and create BS content. Social media is so big. It's bigger than it ever has been before, and you have to make sure you have money aside for social media. So is that photographer? Is that getting content done? Is that ads? What does that actually look like? And you need to have money set aside for it. Is that your email marketing? Are you paying a marketing consultant or a marketing strategist? Like, what does that look like? And you got to have money set aside for it, or it's not going to work. And you got to constantly be pouring back into your marketing too. So definitely need to have some money set aside for marketing for sure. The number four thing that I really want to talk to you guys about is branding. Your brand image is so important in today's day and age, especially when it comes to launching or scaling a business. What does your brand look like? What is your brand image? How unique is your brand? You don't want to just be a copycat or a copy and paste, because guess what your customers are going to do? They just going to shop with the person that you just copied and pasted, because they can see originality. And I feel like that's something that we just got to talk about a little bit more, is our customers ain't dumb. They are not dumb. They follow the same business that you just copied, because guess what? Y'all got the same target audience. That brand's just doing a lot better of a job of getting in front of that audience. So be original, be yourself. Try to create a brand that has never been seen before, a brand that has never been launched before. And that's something I'm really excited about for my new brand. Is I feel like when I first started my first brand, I didn't really have like a guide, and I was always great at business, but I was just doing what I seen everybody else doing, to be completely honest. So with this new brand that I'm launching, I'm super excited about it, because it's going to be something completely different than anything I've ever seen or heard of, right? So I'm really excited about that. But really figure that out, and also figure out your brand message. What are you trying to tell your audience about your business? Why should they shop with you and not shop with somebody else? Really figure out those pain points of your target audience. What are they having issues with? What are they worrying about as it relates to your product? And how can your product be a solution to all of these things? And then last thing that I definitely want to talk to you guys about is just staying focused, staying consistent, and just really riding the course. And I feel like this kind of piggies back off of number one, but I just had to end it like this, y'all. Like, how bad do you want it, man? And I'm talking to myself when I'm saying this, and that's something else that I really want to tell y'all. Anytime I tell you, say the word you, sometimes I really be up here just talking to myself. Like, how bad do you want it, Troyia? Like, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want to be successful? And it don't got nothing to do with money. How bad of an impact do you want to give the world? How bad do you want to set yourself apart? How bad do you want to provide resources and tools to all these people? How bad do you want to build these women's confidence through the clothing that they wear, through the events and conferences that they attend, right? Like, you got to really start thinking about it. It's bigger than you. It's so much bigger than you. It's so much bigger than me. It is so much bigger than us. The impact that we have the ability to make on the world, y'all. So I just wanted to leave y'all with that. Just a couple different gems as it relates to launching a business. And as you can see, hearing me talk about these things, I'm rarely talking about strategy. Most of the things that I'm talking about, it got stuff to do with you. It got stuff to do with you as the business owner. Because if you driving the bus and the bus driver ain't all the way right, guess what the bus gonna do? The bus gonna crash. But if you got a bus driver, it's well trained, it's well mannered, it knows all these operating procedures, it knows exactly what it's supposed to be doing, it feels good, it feels confident, guess what? That's gonna be a smooth driving bus. But if you driving a bus and the bus driver got all these issues, the bus driver mind all over the place, the bus driver not confident, that bus gonna crash into every single thing coming this way. And that's something that you don't want to happen as it relates to launching, growing, and scaling your business. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys. If it was, give this video a big thumbs up. I do have one-on-one coaching sessions available. Make sure you guys go ahead and visit the links down below inside of the description, and you'll be able to find those one-on-one coaching session options. I have a 1-hour clarity call just for some quick questions that you might have, and then I also have a 3-hour strategy call as well, where we are able to actually sit down, create a game plan for you, and get you some good strategy going too. So hopefully this video was helpful. If it was, give this video a big thumbs up. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace. Let's get it.